Welcome to your next module. And so for this module, we're going to look at deserts. And so we're looking at this specific environment because, of course, it's something that we want to interpret. If we see some rocks that are left behind in the rock record that we can interpret as deserts, although not all deserts are going to leave behind a mark in the rock record. Now, when we think of deserts, we think usually of like the Sahara Desert, where there's lots of sand. And of course, the sand can be preserved and turned into a sandstone, and we can interpret that as a past desert. But that's not always the case. There's kind of a unique definition of a desert, and it's related to the amount of rainfall. So you can have a desert where you don't have lots of sand. So it'll be talked about, or we'll talk about it in the main lecture here, how we kind of identify specifically, I guess, in geology, what we consider a desert. But of course, this just goes along with some of the other kind of locations and things that we talked about when we maybe looked at like rivers. We want to look at, that's an environment that can be preserved in the rock record. We want to be able to interpret that, and kind of that's where we're going when we talked about glaciers and things like that. So this is another kind of environment like that we want to investigate. And so what you're going to do for this one is what you've been doing for the entire semester. Is there is a PowerPoint here for you to look through, and of course there's a video that walks through the PowerPoint. So you just want to go through that before you take the main lecture quiz. And for your other assignments, there is an article discussing the Sahara Desert, just like we talked about, and kind of what people think of with lots of sand. And so you can go ahead and read through that article to learn more about the Sahara Desert before you take the article quiz. And then finally, for the homework, I'm going to have you watch a video from the How the Earth Was Made collection. And it is talking about a specific desert. And of course, it's related to this idea of not having a lot of moisture. And we're going to kind of figure out why that is. And so you can go ahead and watch the video. It's going to link to the MCC video database. And then you can work your way through that and just answer the questions that are related to the video. So that's what we're going to do for the main lecture. It's not too bad. And it's pretty straightforward, I think. And then for the lab, we're actually going to look at Death Valley. And so that's what you're going to do for the lab. There's a little nuance this week. So usually when you're working your way through the lab, when you're done, you type your name in the box and hit send score. So I'm going to have you do that, but in addition, I'm going to need you to take a screen capture of that last page that includes your score and the name you typed into the box. So I'll make a separate video and plop it in the little link to the specific lab, but there's been some issues with the emails getting through to me. So just to get through our last couple labs, I'm going to have you do that. So what I'm going to have you do is screen capture and then send me an email. So you'll save that file, that screen capture, and then you'll just go into your email, go into the inbox, send me an email, and attach that so I can get you a grade for your lab. Okay, so that's what you're going to do this week. And if you're having issues or you're unclear about how to send that lab screenshot in, make sure you contact me, or of course any questions related to the content in this week's what do we call these things? Modules. Yeah, modules. Feel free to contact me and I'll help you out.